Join the fight with Jesus the Rejoicing, Microsoft Excel, and a Pascal as un agente del Mossad. Battlefield 6 is a blast and it's sitting on a very positive. But what about the people who are dissatisfied? Who says the game, quote, breeds incestual corner campers? Or that the game is Call of Duty, Women's Screaming Edition? To be honest, the positive reviews are much better. For example, my wife left me, but this is better. My girlfriend got me Battlefield 6. Figured it was only fair to get her husband called Black Ops 7 in return. I asked my 6-year-old if he thinks Battlefield 6 is better than Roblox. I shit you not, his exact word were, she, that skibbity bit buns. If you ask me, I'd say that means yes, because he's right. Battlefield 6 is totally skibbity bibbity. I'll keep this short and straight to the point. This game stimulates my autism. See you all in 147 hours when my KD ratio is worse than my sleep schedule. Fridge stocked, blinds closed, responsibilities muted. If you need me, you don't. I'm in Battlefield. Whoa, Bush was right. War is so cool. She battled on my field until I was 6. Just remember, COD players, a high KD looks good on the scoreboard, a captured flag looks good on the victory screen. Every match feels like Michael Bay and Beethoven co-directed the end of the world. Explosions per minute exceeded expectations. Dude, I paid $100 pre-tax for this, pre-release, and it says I own none of the DLCs I paid for. What? Now the game actually launches properly. I'm enjoying myself like I did in the beta. Still a joke of a launch, but it's Battlefield. Battle Crash Field 6. Don't waste your money just yet. Been in game for about 5 minutes before a crash happens with no warning. Game looks great, but clearly first day bugs are not being fixed. Just another beta test. Come back next week. Pre-download 70 GB. Launch game. Multiplayer not installed. Download stuck. 20 GB download after closing the game. Thanks, EA. Of course, it's not a Battlefield without a horrible launch. Ironically, it's topical for the franchise. Battlefield 4's horrible netcode, Battlefield 5's Time to Kill debacle, and 2042's everything. And this time, a lot of players simply couldn't play at all. The bug showed you that you didn't have multiplayer and single player installed, even if you have, unable to join any game. You were just forced to stay in the lobby, watching your friends play. Except I joined the Battlefield 6 Discord, in which people discovered a workaround for the bug. It wasn't perfect, but I was able to play the game. You had to go to the server browser tab and look for a game you wanted to join. Then you don't join the game, but go into details and join over that page. From then on, it's a 50-50 if it works or not. But this bug just saved my evening with the boys, as it has for some others. Most people affected didn't have that luxury. As compensation, we got XP boost and, the more important of the two, the Season 1 Battle Pass for free, and if you already have Phantom Edition that includes the Season 1 Battle Pass, you get the Season 2 Battle Pass. I have no idea what's happening with this generosity from EA of all publishers, but it's a welcome change nonetheless. But it's only for the people affected. I can't start the game without a VPN. It's great. Requires you to make an EA account and catch AIDS. No Nicki Minaj skin available. Game is probably good, didn't play it yet. World of Tanks DLC goes hard. Lamau, do not buy this. They force you to tamper with your BIOS, activate secure boot. Mine was active, different SSDs on, was still showing as none, had to restore keys, like what in the actual hell? The secure boot issue is the one thing I sincerely understand from this. Under the guise of getting rid of cheaters better, you have to enable secure boot to play the game. Secure boot is a BIOS setting, and messing with those can cause problems. An issue I had once was that I had to manually restart my motherboard because of settings I changed just for them not to work. And my PC not turning on anymore. It's a scary thing to be sure. There are other factors as well, like BitLocker. If that setting is enabled and you turn on secure boot, you need your BitLocker recovery key, otherwise you're just locked out of your system. If your PC goes unresponsive, you might need to remove the CMOS battery from your motherboard to reset it. Lots of damage done to keep cheaters out of the game. And Linux, yeah, those guys are screwed. Linux users simply cannot play the game. Works on release. Hashtag not my Battlefield. No furry representation. Reduce the spread. Reduce the spread. Reduce the spread. Too slow. This just feels like it wants to be Call of Duty, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's not Battlefield. 2 hours played, not a single air vehicle scene. TTK is disgustingly low. If I could, I'd be refunding and buy Black Ops 7 instead. This genuinely makes 2042 look like a good game. At least Black Ops 7 is out in 4 weeks. No, this is not return to form. This is still worse than 2042, and way more COD than ever. You spawn, then you die. Everyone runs and slides and guns. Classes feel dull. Weapons are boring. Not my Battlefield. This feels like COD, it looks like COD. They even took the weapon modding from COD, and all the COD players is praising this game as the Battlefield they wanted. Enough said. COD. Just wait for the new COD. This game is trash, does nothing but crash. I'm talking about the campaign, multiplayer works fine. This one baffles me. How does it feel like Call of Duty? But honestly, the only comparing factor here is that they share the same genre. There's no crazy movement tech in Battlefield, and the soldiers feel a bit clunky by intention. Of course, there's no high learning curve for movement to turn into a crack monkey, but I think that's kind of fine. I want to be able to aim at my opponents and not have them move at Mach speed. The slower feel of the soldiers also means that there's a better baseline for everyone, making it better for newer players and returning players alike. And it feels just like the good old days. It also helps not needing to look at Nicki Minaj before she puts a shotgun in my throat or pulls the trigger 27 times. The people who wrote this have either never played a good Battlefield or have only played Call of Duty titles. Probably the latter, considering Battlefield's last release, or it's simply a skill issue. Battlefield 6 is dog shit. Feels like my character weighs 180 kilos and every step is a struggle. Running in this game feels slower than loading into it. Ordered $99, where it's my Battle Pass. Fun talk about this game specifically because I thought there was a game mode where I could only fight bots. Bot complaints are kind of weird for Battlefield, especially on day one. The player numbers indicate that for the first few weeks there wouldn't be any need for bots whatsoever. But I happened to come across some because of circumstance. Remember when I said that I was affected by being unable to play the game and the workaround I found? The games on the server browser tab would be filled with bots after 1 or 2 rounds, simply because of how many people switch from server to server. They look for something specific, and if the map changes to something they don't like, they leave. And sometimes the experience really didn't change because, you know how some teammates are. Most of the people that were able to play just go for the quick match options and not for the server browsers. So bots really aren't a problem most of the time because you won't encounter them except for very specific circumstances or you wanting to play against them. And simply having the option for bots is a good thing in itself. New players can learn the game and get familiar, and in portal mode you can create new experience through those. Or just set up an XP farm or farm whatever, like weapon camos and whatnot. Gender locked classes confirmed. Forced to play as screeching, strong, independent women with powerful birthing hole. Woke garbage. Too much female voices. Can't enjoy the game. I want refund. Refunded. The trailer had Limp Bizkit playing and was super badass. My first game sounded like a women's tennis match, and it was literally just all women characters and multiplayer screaming and moaning all over the map. Literally unplayable. Too woke, every character is black, and I seem to get a female character more than 50% for sure. A clear political woke agenda is being pushed being seen with this game. Forced to play as a woman. No gore and dismemberment? It's a game for women and gays. Surprisingly, there are some people who actually criticize this game for having women, and allegedly a lot of them. And their selection bias really takes over here. Because if you look at the different factions and their sub-factions, you can see that there are more men than women at present. For example, every sniper available is male. You have to deliberately ignore the better aspects of Battlefield 6. The gunplay feels amazing, assault rifles, snipers, SMGs and the like. Customization, graphics, sound design, the maps feel like the franchise again. And a lot of quality of life changes have to be ignored because some of the soldiers happen to be women. This issue seems to indicate a deeper problem for those people. Political extreme might say. Overbearing DI can be disheartening for sure, but if you want to go after a game for that reason, go after Dustborn or Concord, not Battlefield. Just like I teased at the beginning of the video, the positive reviews are something different. The long wait for a good modern Battlefield title really made people go absolutely nuts. I'm going to miss my family. I say it's defib time and I start defibbing all over the place. Addictive, get the game. Don't buy COD, invest in this and get a divorce instead. No regrets. Can't wait die by shotgun again. Spawned, ran 5 meters, get sniped from another dimension. Tank explode behind me, game's perfect, 10 out of 10. Since nobody's gonna read this, I just go ahead and say I'm gay. I missed the birth of my child for this. Finally, a Battlefield where the buildings fear me. This is the 6th game where you battle on a field. No cartoon characters with wall-hacking snipers. Highly recommend. Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a point to capture. Best anti-advertisement for Call of Duty. Paid $70 to get sniped right after spawning. Worth every penny. No Nicki Minaj or American Dad skins. What happened to the soldier who tried to be a stand-up comedian? He bombed. A guy was shooting at my IFV from a house. I couldn't see him, so I brought the whole house down. Game makes me feel like Jeff Hardy off the top rope. If you'd like to see more, you can check out the video about Marvel Rivals I made or the video about Silksong.